Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's a little bit of a different, I swear I start every single video like that. Oh well. Today I'm going to be talking about a few things that have really helped me when it comes to overcoming anxiety, low mood and depression. So I've mentioned briefly on my channel before that I have gone through a bit of a rough time recently in terms of my mental health. However, I'm feeling a lot better about things, I'm feeling so much better about life, even though we've just had that ghastly announcement yesterday about the L word, lockdown. Now, one thing to bear in mind, the key word here is overcoming. That is because I'm sure, as many of you know who have experienced mental health trials and tribulations, it is not an easy process to getting better. I'm a lot better, so I'm going to keep this video very positive again because we've not had the best news to start off the year. So without further ado, I wanted to share the first thing that has really helped me get back on track and something I truly think has worked for me. So this is my happy diary. It sounds really silly, it sounds really childish, however, I cannot tell you how much this has helped me plan my days, become more productive, because when you feel rubbish, you don't want to be productive. You don't want to get off your backside and actually do things that will help you get better. You just want to lay in bed, feel sorry for yourself and feel like shit, basically. I know because I've been there, and yeah, you just never really want to help yourself. I decided on the 23rd of December, I'm pretty sure. I wrote the date in here. Yeah, I wrote on the 23rd of December, and the first thing I wrote is, today is the 23rd of December and I'm deciding to be happy. And as silly as that sounds, once you've made that mental decision that you are going to get better, you are going to feel good, you're going to enjoy life, feel happy, be positive, I'm telling you now, your life will change. I just turned 20 in December, and why would I want to let my mood, my own head, ruin my 20s? Why? See, when you think about it, it makes no sense. I know it's hard when you're kind of in that mood to think, it's gonna get better, I'm gonna get better, bloody blah, but once you consciously decide, write it down. Just write down, I'm going to get better, I'm going to be happy. Write it down. That's another thing I'm going to talk about later in the video. That's manifestation and affirmations also. Back to my happy diary. As it says in the name, this is a place I put all my positive thoughts, I put all my manifestations, I write what's gone well for the day, and I just keep it to very positive thoughts. It's what I do most nights before I go to bed. I don't force myself to write in it every night, nor when I don't want to. This is just a positive place. I never want to feel forced to do it. I'm going to take you through some of the things I write in it. So to begin with, as I mentioned, I just made a statement, I'm going to be happy. Then every day that I choose to write in here, I write between 2 and 3 things that I feel have gone well in my day. And honestly, these can be as minor or major as you want. So on my first day, mine was, I felt relatively strong in gym, back when gyms were open, and despite some bad news about lockdown, I managed to keep myself, well, I managed to keep my head above water, which is good compared to where I was. Then I will write a few manifestations. So I'm not massively knowledgeable in this yet. There are plenty of other people, influencers, lifestyle coaches, who will be able to tell you way more than I can. I listen to Manifestation Babe podcast. That's super helpful to teach you kind of the ropes when it comes to manifestation. But just put in writing the things that you want to achieve, and those can be your goals for this year, they can be your goals long term, just things that you want to happen. And as soon as you start writing them down, as soon as you put yourself in that mindset that these will happen, then you will be surprised at what life will bring you. And life can be so fruitful and beautiful when you have the correct mindset, and that's so important to know. Another thing I like to write in my happy diary is what will tomorrow look like. This was my kind of day plan for one of the days, and it literally just says what time I want to wake up, 2 activities I want to get done in the morning and 2 activities I want to get done in the afternoon. That was it for that day. I didn't want it to be too structured, didn't want it to be too full or overwhelming. So I stuck to those few activities and I just felt so accomplished having done them. Writing a to-do list is not always the most positive way of thinking about these things, hence why I don't write to-do list. I write what will tomorrow look like, because it's already setting the wheels in motion for what will happen tomorrow. You're convincing yourself it will happen, and once you start convincing yourself, things will happen. Often they do. For today, I wrote myself quite a rigid plan. I felt good when I went to sleep last night, I felt good when I woke up this morning, and I just thought I want to get a lot of stuff done today. And honestly, this has helped so much. I don't know whether it's got to do with me just making that conscious decision to be happy and to get better, or whether it's to do with planning my days better, deciding to be more productive, all those things that in the end will make you feel good. I also wrote down some goals for 2021. I'm sure many of you will have as well. I have a variety of different goals. I've got some personal ones, financial ones, some kind of social media ones too, and a lot of fitness goals as well. And that leads us on to the next thing. As I mentioned, I've been planning my days better so that I can feel more productive and feel like I've achieved stuff. So the next thing is getting up early. Not necessarily 6 a.m, not necessarily 7 a.m, but for me, somewhere between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the morning, which if you'd told me a month ago I would be getting up at those times now, I would have been like, are you sure? I was getting up at between 11 a.m and 3 p.m when I was at university, and it just was not good for me. I was oversleeping, which made my mood even worse. I wasn't achieving anything out of my day because half my day had gone by the time I even woke up. It just made me more tired. Not only can I achieve more, but I also feel better because I'm not oversleeping. I briefly wanted to talk about this little guy. This is a clocky. My boyfriend actually got this for me in my Christmas stocking because it really frustrates him how late I used to get up, and it still probably does when I lay in. However, this alarm clock, it's got these wheels on it, so it will basically run around your room. Once the alarm starts going off, it will jump off your nightstand and start running around the room, rolling around the room. So it forces you to get out of bed, which for me is the hardest thing in the morning, and just starts running all over the place. So you end up running around your room to catch it, so it wakes you up, which is great. It makes awful noise as well. It literally scares me to death every single morning, but it fulfills its purpose, it gets me up. So really invest in one of these. This was about £45, I think, so it is a little bit on the expensive side for an alarm clock. However, it does wonders. It does bits. I think Wish do a similar version. It'll be a lot cheaper. I can't vouch for how well it will work, but yeah, this has been a godsend. And now another thing that I've started doing again. I used to read a lot when I was younger, when I was kind of pre-teens. I used to read lots of stories and fiction and kind of the rest of it, and then I just got bored and I couldn't really find anything that gripped me. So this is another thing that my boyfriend got me for my Christmas stocking, and it is the Good Vibes and Good Life book. So it's by someone who has called Fex King, who has been through it themselves, and with all their life experiences and kind of mental glow up and journey, They really bring you some amazing tips and stories and scientific evidence on how things like manifestation, well, not so much manifestation because that doesn't really have a scientific explanation, but it really does explain, you know, how you can feel better by starting with your nutrition and water intake, and then manifestation, affirmations. What else does it talk about? Gratitude, that is a massive one. Being grateful for the things you have. Gratitude lists and expressing gratitude are massive for mental health. Just appreciating the things you have. Us as humans like to dwell on the things we don't have or the things we want, and those just don't bring about very positive connotations. It's kind of desire and jealousy and things that aren't good for your mental state. So just expressing gratitude and listing things that you are so grateful for, and they can be, you know, as small or as big as you want. You can have so many problems, but I guarantee you will still have many things to be grateful for. Do you have a smartphone or a laptop or some means of technology? If you're able to watch this video, you should be grateful for that, because people don't have it elsewhere, and many of you, most of you, will be living in homes. You should be grateful for that. You have access to clean water. So many people in the world don't have access to clean water or food. Just, you know, things like that. Your family members, your friends, your partners. Okay, so I've just been thinking of a couple of things I can put on my gratitude list today. And today I am so grateful to be back home and living in the countryside. I got quite lonely in Southampton last week when I was there. I was there because I needed to pick up stuff for uni, and before I came back I then needed to get a negative COVID test. I was on my own for quite a long time, so I'm so grateful to be surrounded by my family and to be home in the countryside. There is so much to be grateful for in life, and once you start focusing on the things you have and rather than the things you don't have, it's a game changer. It is a game changer. This book is amazing. When someone told me it was life-changing, I thought, it's a book, you know, but the way it changes your mindset, the way it opens your eyes is ridiculous. One that's not really that possible right now is surrounding yourself by good people. I know it's difficult in person at the moment. Make sure you find time to speak to people, call people, FaceTime people that uplift you. If you surround yourself with people who are happy, who strive for greatness in a positive way, if you surround yourself with people who have similar goals to you, similar morals, and especially in this time I feel like we all need to be there for each other as much as we can, not talk about the situation if we can help it, and yeah, just make sure we're keeping people's spirits uplifted, because that again will help us. So I think I'm going to leave it there for today's video. I just wanted to start off the year with a bit of positivity, give out a few, I guess tips for people to follow if they want, implement these, and I would be extremely surprised if you didn't see at least some positive change in your life. A big thing as well is I feel like as much as on social media you see people living their best lives or feeling really happy, putting brave faces on, you don't actually know how people feel on the inside. So keep that in the front of your mind, that whilst people may look happy during this lockdown, many people will be struggling, and as much as you can do to help yourself and the ones around you, do it. And finally, before I let you all go, as I've said before and I will say again, I'm more than happy to speak to anybody about anything they're going through, give you tips, be there for support. My DMs are always open on Instagram, and as a few of you have already messaged me on there, please keep doing so. It makes me feel like speaking to a camera is really worth it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I hope I haven't rambled on too much, but yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.